back to Pass Your Life and Health Insurance Exam podcast. I'm your host here, Biko. I'm very excited to have you. So today is a very special episode, very special episode. Well, we we're still on our um, training, new agent training on your 3 year action plan to succeed in the life insurance industry. Okay. So we talked about what you should do in year one when you get your life insurance license, what you need to do in the first year. Then in part two, we talked about what you need to do in year two. So this part, which is going to be the last part uh, of that training, will tell you, we'll go over things that you need to do in your third year to succeed, not just succeed, but to do very well as a life insurance agent. I keep repeating, and I'm doing it for a purpose. The majority of new life insurance agents quit, the majority of them fail. And what can you do to prevent that from happening to you? So that is what this is all about. All right. So if you didn't listen to part one, part two, please go back and listen to part one and two, because when you listen to part three, it's going to make more sense because everything is in a sequence. You do what you need to do in year one first, then after that, you do what you need to do in year two, then year three. All right. So before you listen to part three, please go and listen to part one and two. Okay. So let's get started. So assuming now you're in your third year of being a licensed life insurance agent, you've already done everything that I told you to do in year one and two. Now you're in year three. So what should you do? As I said in, I think, part two, you have to do things differently, right? If you do things the same way everybody is doing it, you're going to get the same results most people are getting, which is failure. They don't make any money and they quit. So you have to do things a little differently. What I'm going to share with you right now is a novel idea. It's something that I've never heard any life insurance agent talk about, but it's something I want you to consider. And it's something I want you to do. If you do that, what I'm about to share with you is going to set you apart. It's going to make you to succeed, make you more money. But one of the things it will also do for you is to make you to have multiple sources of income in the life insurance business, because all life insurance agents depend on making sales. So if you don't make any sales, you don't make money. Now, with this other method, even if you're not selling any policies, you're not making any sales, you can still be able to earn income. Now, there's a third way people make money, which is through the network marketing, through the multi-level marketing system. So that means, you recruit someone in the business, the person comes under you, uh, you get a percentage of everything that person earns, right? So if the person earns $1,000 a month, you may get a 10 or 15% um, split of that. So if you got 10 people earning, each of them earning $1,000, and you getting 10% for doing nothing, that's $1,000 a month where you don't have to, do anything for it. So that's another way. I won't touch on that just yet. I mean, there'll be another episode where we're going to break down the whole network marketing business, the pros and cons, how to survive in the network marketing business. We're going to go through all of that, but I'll just keep it very general for now. Uh, Assuming you are just working by yourself, so you make sales to make money. But if you don't make sales, now you have no money coming in the insurance industry. You have no money coming in to the life insurance business. So here's what it is. I want you by year 3 to create an online course. Let me repeat. I want you by your 3rd year to create an online course where you teach people anything. What are some of those options? You could teach people how to prepare for their life insurance exam. For some of you who are, who like to teach, for example, what I'm doing, right? So I've been in the industry for a long time, and I said, hold up, I can help people pass their insurance exam, and that could be another source of income. So I started. So now one of the things I do is help people prepare for their life insurance exam. And right now we have self-study courses, we have textbooks, we have one-on-one training, podcasts, YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, everything, blog posts. We're everywhere out there, right? We have online memberships, everything. So think about it. Even if I don't make any sale, even if I don't sell a policy to any client for the rest of the year, or even for the next 5 years, I'm still going to earn money. Why? Because I have another source of income through this business. Compare that with some people who've been in, for the same number of years or 5, 10 years. If they don't make any sale, they don't make any money. But I'm perfectly okay without making any sale. This is why when I sit in front of a client, I'm not desperate. The client can know I'm not desperate, because whether you buy life insurance or you buy an annuity or financial product or service from me, I'm just fine. If you don't buy, oh well, it's your loss. But I'm just fine because my income does not depend on that alone. I'll go back to something I think I said in episode 2, part 1 or 2, that in the military there's a saying that 2 is 1 and 1 is 2. What that means, is that if you only have 2 sources of income, if one of them dries, at least you still have money coming in. But if you only have one source of income, if that source of income dries up, you're in big trouble, right? You don't earn any money. So some people are doing the insurance business full time, and because it's business. Some months you have good months, you have a lot of clients. Some months you have no client. Business is bad. That happens with every business. But now, if you don't have, if you don't uh, have any clients, you don't make any money. Contrast that with me. Even if I don't get any clients for the next 1, 2, 3 years, I'm fine, because I have 2, 3 different sources of making money. I have money coming in from, um, you know, textbooks I have written. I have money coming in from self-study courses. I have money coming in from membership portal. I have money coming in from so many different places that I don't have to depend on a client to buy a life insurance policy to survive. That is where I want you to be headed. That is the mindset I want you to have. And by your 3rd year, that is what I want you to do, because that will separate you from a lot of agents, and it will also be another way to generate leads. I won't get into that. I'll save that for another episode. Lead generation, because a lot of new agents have a problem generating leads. How do I get leads? Do I buy leads? Do I, do I go on Facebook to get leads? How do I get leads? We're going to talk about that in another episode. I won't jump ahead of myself. So that is what you want to do. By year 3, this is assuming you did everything I told you in year 1 and 2. Year 3, create an online course. You may say, but why create an online course? Why? You may say, why create an online course? Let me show you some stuff here. I just jotted down some notes here. According to Straight Research, right, the global online education market size was valued at 40 billion with a B, 40 billion in 2022. And that number is expected to reach 269 billion by 2031. Online business, people, online courses is where people are making money. You don't have to be an expert. All you got to do is know enough to get someone. That's why I say in part two, know enough to get someone to go from where you were to where you are. That is it. That is it. That is all you need. And depending on how well you market it, you can have hundreds, you can have thousands of students. You can teach people anything. You have people who, you have people who teach people. I mean, you can have your online course about literally every single thing. I mean, you have people who teach people how to, start their own home healthcare business. Because why? They started their own home healthcare business first 1 or 2 years or 3 years to learn from it. They say, "Oh, I can teach other people how to do it." You have people who are Airbnb hosts. They have their own Airbnbs. They say, "Oh, you know what? I've learned a thing or two about being an Airbnb host, so I can teach people how to, uh, become Airbnb hosts." So people teach people almost every single thing. The online education industry is booming because think about it from a practical standpoint. Most of these things we learn to earn money. You don't have to go to a college and get a 4-year degree, right? No. If you need to learn web development, you don't need to, go to college to learn web development. You can take an online course. Maybe 6, 8 weeks, boom, you're a web developer, right? So it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win for students because, hey, it's going to save me a lot of money. I don't have to go to college to learn it, but I can learn on my own, right? So, I mean, every single thing there's online course. I mean, there's even online courses to teach people how to cook. If you're a good cook, you can have your own online uh, course. It can be on Udemy, or you can have a private YouTube channel or private Facebook group. You turn on your camera and teach people how to cook. I mean, you can learn, you can teach people almost any and everything. So the online um, education industry is booming right now, and that is what I want you to take advantage of. So by your third year, you have all of the experience, you've learned a lot, everything I outlined. Now develop your own online course. You may say, but geez, what should the online course be about? Well, let me give you some ideas. Again, you can be innovative and even add more to it, but just some ideas. Number one, you can teach people how to uh, study for their life insurance exam, or if you got a health insurance license, you can teach people how to study and pass the exam. So that is one. And some people, that is all they do. Some people, that is all they do, just prepare people for their life insurance exam or their health insurance exam, and they make a lot of money. That is one thing. The second thing you could do is, because now you have all that knowledge, you can be a personal financial coach. Yeah, yes, you don't have to go and get a degree for that. You have practical experience by year two. And people may say crap, people may talk crap about all these different insurance marketing agencies, whether it's PHP or World Financial Group or Primerica, FFL, New York Life. I mean, you name it, there are dozens and dozens. I don't even know all of them. But one of the good things about joining these insurance marketing agencies is that you get to get valuable financial training, from budgeting to savings to investing to saving on taxes, reducing your taxes. So, I mean, almost everything. Anything that has to do with financial services or finances, you get to learn from some of the best in the industry. So now you take all that knowledge and you go and train other people. It's as simple as that. And you charge people, and people will gladly pay because you know what? You don't have to be the expert you think you are. All you need to is know enough to get someone from where they were, know where you were, to where you are. No, I'm not a Dave Ramsey, none of that. I mean, I'm not up on that level, but I have students for personal finance. I teach people something as simple as budgeting, savings, how to manage your finances. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. So you can have your online class, your online course. It can either be self-paced. That means people do it at their own time, or it can be a live course where you come and teach people live. But that's something you could do all by yourself and you can make money. You could charge people, maybe you could have a 6-week course, personal finance 6-week course, and you outline everything. And you know the crazy thing, you can even use Chat GPT. Again, there's so much information I want to share with you, but because of time, I want to keep everything concise. So I don't want to keep going in different directions to confuse you. But it's not as complicated as you think, right? So now AI, you can even use AI to create that course and just make some changes, but there's so many ways to make money. So let's say you have your personal finance course. You could charge $500 a piece. It's a, let's say it's a 6-week course, you charge $500 a piece. And let's say you have 10 students. So let's say let's just make it easy. Let's say 4 weeks. And every month you have 10 students. That's $5,000 a month. 5,000 times 12 is 60,000. Right there, just with that course alone, you are making more money than 50% of the population just by teaching. So the other benefit of that is it makes you not to be desperate. When you go and sit in front of a client, because you have other sources of income, maybe by that time you still have your job, you still have your job, so you have money coming from your job, you have money coming from from your course, your online course. Now you go and sit in front of a client, you're not going to be desperate. If the client doesn't want to buy, or they think what you're trying to share with them, it's not useful. Okay, you just play, you just brush it off. But the ironic thing is, by you not being desperate, it's actually going to help you to get more clients. By you not being desperate, it's going to help you to even get more clients. So that is what I want you to do. I have my notes here. That is what I want you to do. And when it comes to online course, again, we'll talk more about that in the Growth Academy. So if you want to learn more, again, I talked about the Growth Academy. It's $29 a month. Sign up, you get a free 5-day trial. If you don't like it, you cancel within 5 days. No harm, no foul. But if you like it, it's just $29 a month. And you're going to learn a lot of things that a lot of people don't even consider. But you're going to learn to think outside of the box and to be able to do things differently, because that is the only way you're going to get results. So by year three, you have your book. By year three, you have your online course and all these things. But because you set up, you started to market yourself, you started to get an audience in year two, maybe you've built up your YouTube channel, by now, your Facebook or your podcast. For example, on this podcast, I think we're up to 38,000 downloads now, right? 38,000 downloads. So let's say by that time you have a lot of downloads or followers on your podcast, or your YouTube or whatever. By year three, you have a course, you already have an audience. All you got to do is just, hey guys, let's say you got 5,000 downloads or 5,000 listeners on your podcast. Hey guys, I just created a course. Now, what you can do is the course is very simple. For the first, the first 3 students, you don't charge them anything. So it's free of charge. You just want to get those students' results. So you say, hey guys, I'm starting a course, but the first 3 students are free. You're not going to pay anything. You tell them what it's about. People come and enroll. Make sure you get those 3 clients' results. Let them be your first fans, and let them get results. So now those 3 clients, they take your free course because hey, everybody likes free. Everybody likes free. So when you say free, trust me, you're going to have people that will take you up on that offer. So now once you get that, you get those people results. Now those people now will be your fans. Those people will now help you to spread, the word, to be your word of mouth advertising. You can even use those people in testimonials. If you want to set up a website or your social media page, you can have them do testimonials and stuff. Now, the next one, you get 5 students. The next batch, 10 students. And that is how you improve. That is how you have multiple sources of income as a life insurance agent, where you're not just depending on a client to buy a policy from you. So that is your 3-year roadmap. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy for you. So I just gave you the game free of charge, right? I just laid out the game free of charge for you. That is it. A lot of agents don't, I would say 99.9% of agents don't think about this. 99.9% of agents don't think about this. You can even have a course where you teach new agents from your experience. You can teach new agents, how to succeed in the industry, just like I'm doing. And you can charge them a fee. Right? Or if you don't want to teach new agents, you can teach the general public financial education. You can come up with a name for it, And I know when I say this, almost everybody suffers from this thing. It's called an imposter syndrome. What that means is sometimes you feel that you're an imposter. You're not good enough. That's self-doubt. Almost everybody suffers from that at some point. Even me, for confession, when I started this podcast, or before I could start, I was a little skeptical. I didn't believe in my own abilities. I was like, oh, I'm an African. I have a very thick accent. Will people be able to understand what I'm telling them, or what I'm saying, not just my accent, but I'm not sure I know this thing enough to teach people. And now I'm putting myself out there, have people listening to me, will people have crap to say about me? How will people think about me? So I suffer from that for a long time, and I've really, I should have started. I should have started my podcast months earlier, but that self doubt, and almost everybody suffers from it. Oh, my accent is too thick. I'm not sure people understand what I tell them, or what I'm saying on my podcast. I'm not an expert. Even before I could start to write books, I said, who's going to want to read a book? No, read a book that I wrote. I'm not an expert. Nobody knows me. No one cares. So everybody suffers from imposter syndrome. But I can tell you, some people will listen to this podcast. Some people will take my course for the single fact that, hey, I'm Black. Hey, I'm self-conscious of that. Hey, I'm African. I'm not just Black, but I'm an African immigrant. Who will want to listen to me with my thick accent? So I had that imposter syndrome. But here's the funny thing, though. Some people will take your course just because of who you are. There are some people who take my course because they say, wow, I don't know any other African who is teaching life insurance agents, like like doing all of what you're doing in the podcast and all this. I really love it. And your story, the fact that you're an African and your immigrant story and everything you had to go through in America, I see myself in you. I'm like, what? Yeah. I say, I see myself in you. That is why I want to take your course, because I can relate to you. So think about your story. So you can teach people from your own life experiences. You know, first generation immigrant. Again, I explain my story. I'm not going to go over all of that. You can go back and listen to episodes from, I think, 2022. I went over all of that, but people listen to that, and some people like, wow, like this guy, Cruz, one of the students, he passed his exam. Now he's working as an insurance agent in Washington State. But when I talked about my background, everything I went through in America, because a lot of immigrants have similar stories, struggle and feeling like an outsider. You never feel that you're fully American or you're part of the culture. You always feel like an outsider, you know. So when he listened to my stories on the podcast, because he had already taken his exam twice, his life insurance exam twice, and he failed it, and he had given up hope. He's like, oh well, maybe this is not for me. Let me forget about this life insurance business. But when he listened to my story, he said, wow, I actually relate. I can relate to your story. I see myself in you, because he is an immigrant from, I think he's from Honduras. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing the country's name. Is Honduras or Honduras or something? Is it Honduras or El Salvador? But he's from one of those countries. But he's like, yo, man, I listened to that. I saw myself in you. I mean, most of what you explained, that's the same thing I went through. Man, I believe you can help me. But there'll always be people who also, because of who you are, they won't buy from you. Like maybe there's someone that won't take my course or won't buy my textbook or won't get anything or listen to this podcast because I have an accent. And there's someone else that will listen to this podcast for the simple fact that I have an accent, that I'm an immigrant just like them, or I'm African just like them, or I'm a black guy just like them. So it's a two-way street. There's two sides to everything, right? It's like a coin. You flip it on one side, you see something else. You flip it on another side, you see something else. So whatever you think could be a reason to hold you back. Oh, you know, I'm a single mom, blah, blah, blah. There are some people that will buy your courses just because, hey, you're a single mom, you share your story. I'm a single mom. I went through a bitter divorce, or I'm a single mom. I raised my kids by myself, or I experienced domestic violence, and I was able to, come to the insurance industry. I didn't earn any money. I was homeless or whatever. And I was able to come to the insurance industry. And, I started from the bottom. I worked my way up. There were setbacks, but look at where I think about how many single moms who are going through the same thing, working dead end jobs, don't have any hope for a better future. Think about how many single moms you'll be able to inspire. Think about how many women who experience domestic violence you'll be able to inspire. Or maybe you're an immigrant. Think about how many immigrants that you can be able to inspire, right? So what I say is there is a customer out there for you. There's a student out there for you, no matter your age, your background, your accent, all none of there is there is someone out there who is where you were, who wants to get to where you are. And that person, all they need to know is you exist. So if I were to do it all over again, that is what I recommend. By year 3, start a course. Start a course. Even if you don't, And when you come to our Growth Academy, we'll show you how to go about setting up a course and all of that. Again, um, if you want to, if that's something you're interested in, maybe you've been an agent for 1 or 2 years. If that's something you're interested in, you can join our Growth Academy and we'll share more of you. So that will conclude it here for this series. I know this is part 3, but we'll cover everything. Again, go back and listen to all the previous episodes or the previous part. So just some CTAs, some call to actions. Number one, our Growth Academy. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you're watching this on YouTube or on the podcast, remember to you know to enroll in our Growth Academy. Again, there's a free 5-day trial. Try for 5 days. If you don't like it, cancel. No harm, no foul. You have the affiliate program. When you refer Menzo to, when you refer our services and our products to other people, you get a percentage. You can even get up to 70% commission. And then we have a weekly webinar. We have the link for that in the description here. It's going to be once every week. I think every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Come, I'll be on there providing a lot of free training, live training. Then we'll have our Make More Offers Challenge. If you want to really learn how to be good at sales, and you want to scale your business, whatever business, it's not just life insurance, but with that Make More Offer Challenge, we've partnered with Myron Golden. He's one of the best business and sales coach in America. So you want to sign up for that. It's just $100. You have 2 levels. You have the general admission, which is $100. Then you have the VIP, which is $300. You can start out with the general admission if that's all you can afford. Then we have our YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on our podcast, then you want to check out our YouTube channel. Then we have our website, menzopass.com. We have our survey. It will take you 2 to 3 minutes. Just fill it out. But you filling that out, you can give us some feedback so we can know how to better serve you. Then we have our blog. We write helpful article, because there are some people that like to read. So if you're one of those people, we have the blog article. We have to link to that. If you have any questions for us, though, questions, comments, suggestions, then you can email us at menzopass@menzopass.com, menzopass@menzopass.com. Better yet, you can call us or text us 202-703-3668. Again, 202-703-3668. So that does it here for this last part of our series, our 3-year plan on 3-year action plan to succeed as a new insurance agent. So you want to follow this podcast. If you're listening to this on YouTube, subscribe. You want to hit that alert notification, that bell, so you'll be notified when we drop a new episode. But we have a lot of other great training coming up, tons and tons. I mean, trust me, we have a lot of great things in store for 2024. So with that said, thank you very much for listening. Please be safe out there, and we'll see you